Hello everyone, it's Eren. Today I will talk about the human rights, but this time we will learn a lot of things about the human rights and we will learn new concepts about the human rights. Then let's start. This is our context. Today we will focus three pollutes about human rights. What is these are? Moral and legal, domestic and international, and recovering human rights and democracy. Then let's start with first. First of all, we will start with moral and legal. What is these are? I want to talk about them. Moral means that uh, standard of behavior based on some things. What is these are? Based on nation of justice and fairness, well-being, like these things. This we call them moral. What is legal? This is our rights established and enforced by law. And this is a legal action. Okay, why these two both important for the human rights? I want to mention about that because moral and legal uh, protect the individual dignity and well-being. When we have this, we have actually know more information about the human rights. Also, we have moral aspects and legal aspects. What is these are? Then let's talk about them. First, universal and fundamental. What is these are? Yeah, like we mentioned before, human rights are universal and it's fundamental for every people. Also, moral is the same. Moral also is universal and moral is the fundamental all the people. The second one is political equality. In society, there are some people who has statue, and these people actually sometimes can't think we are higher than in other people, and in other people are lower than us. They can talk them. Also, in society, unfortunately, the another people can't be think like that. But in moral aspect, there is nothing like that thing because in moral, all people are equality, and here is not important your study, your political, and they're not important because here you're human, and this is I think the most important to be there and you're a cold step. And against public institution. What is this? Human rights impose duties on public auditory to protect individual integrity. Here, the human rights can be studied with actually. I'm sorry. Here, the government is can be study can do study too about human rights. And legal aspect. What is these are? The first one is transformation of moral life. What is this? The law recognize moral rights as legal rights. Legal rights are so important to us because uh, when we are encouraged with the legal things, and if you know what is our legal rights, we can definitely to themselves. Also, moral rights is so important as legal rights. Modulation and protection. Legal system protect moral human rights balancing in a political framework. This means that. And affirmance. Unfortunately, actually, we are talking about the human rights and we say it's so important, it's so necessary for us, but it's sometimes not necessary for us. And it's not necessary for us. Sometimes we need some informants. It can be for legal or human rights because when we say that people we have like these rights, you can do that, we can do that. They okay say, but they don't care that because in the some country like this tank, if you are hungry, if you don't have a home, actually you can think your rights too much, I think. And to protect that, in legal aspects, we use informers. What can be these are? This can be make law maybe. And of course, this will be imposed by the government. Then let's talk about domestic and international in human rights. What does this mean? Uh, you know, human rights can protect people both individual and both national. What does this mean? Uh, Sometimes there's focus individual, but sometimes focal national. Maybe it can be national. Just okay, sorry. Okay, then what's domestic? Actually, domestic, like as mentioned before, it's focused on nation, and And these rights can be determined by the government. What is this are? In Turkey, we have a law 16 to 18 4. I think you have heard before that. What does it mean? What is this law arms? This means that these laws actually ensure that family parents are protected and is against the women violence. And also this is also so popular in the people, and a lot of people heard that some of the best station in Turkey. This rights and this law is belongs to Turkey. For example, it can be Istanbul Convention, maybe. These are belongs to Turkey. And the second one, international. This international rights focus the globally and focus the all of the world, all of the people. What does this mean? For example, um have right to live, have right to education. This is also important to all people, all people. The domestics change, sometimes change because it's focused area, just one area. But the international focus all area, all world. So domestic can change their rights to according to station. It can be like that. For example, like I said before, in a for think that, for example, these days, actually, for a while in Turkey, there's a lot of um, women violence, and there are bad station about the women. So Turkey can imply as some love for the women because it's not so uh, for the Turkey. They can do that, but maybe another country do another laws. Maybe if another country is busy with trade, and if there's some problem with the trade, this country also can be some applying rights to do for trade. Actually, it can change according to station. Okay. Also, I want to talk about the what is important and why they are important and what is the challenge to imply them. I want to talk about that first. Safeguards individual dignity and freedom. When we have rights, actually we have freedom, and when we have rights, actually we can save each other themselves. It's also important for them. Promotes equality and justify across the border. I think this is the most important thing about that. The people sometimes can't think they are so better than other, and because of this reason, maybe they can't think them, maybe they don't care them, and uh, to protect them and to avoid this station, uh, these rights are so important for us. Addressing global situation like poverty and discrimination and abuse. This is also important for us in terms of the human rights. What is the challenge? Why people can't apply these rights in their country or in the world? Lack of the enforcement mechanism at the international level. Of course, why it's like that, I want to talk about them. For example, we give an example about the have to live, right? It's a universal, it's an international right to all of the people, and in all of the people have right to live, right? But just think that now in Palestine there's a war, and because of that reason, actually, people are in dangers of the life, and how we can protect their life in this station? It is impossible. It's possible for us. Actually, not much. We say they have education. They have right to education. But in this station, how can they take their education? Because they just wanted to live in life. So, still we have lack of the information mechanism at the international level. This mechanism should be more uh, entering, I think. And confliction between laws, nation laws, and international agreement. Sometimes our for sometimes in a problem in a country cannot be uh, fit the international agreement. So also we can have some confliction between this. Also, culture and political resistance in some countries. Yeah, we are talking about we have rights and we can do that, we can do that. It's important, it's universal, but sometimes there comes some governments and they can imply our government, our rights. So unfortunately, there's some challenge like that. Let's recoupling human rights and democracy. Of course, we talk about the democracy, why it's important, what is the challenge with it, we talk about them. Then let's mention about the democracy. What is democracy? Democracy, a system of governments where power rests with the people, typically through elected and represented. Okay, and why human rights and democracy are linked with each other, I want to talk about that. Just think that. Yeah, you have human rights. You have human rights, and every people is aware of that. But you live in country which there isn't democracy. How can be possible to imply this human rights in this country? Because when we don't have a democracy and when we don't elect it, when we don't freedom to opinion, how come it's possible to say you have a human rights? Of course, I think it's impossible to them. Also, if in a country you have democracy but you don't have human rights, again, it's not so much good for us actually. Because this time, yeah, you have a democracy, you elected people, but things you don't have freedom opinion. How can be possible to access your human rights? It's so hard. Okay. We say recoupling to human rights and democracy is so important first, and they're related to each other. Okay, how we can increase this station strategy for so we have a strategy for republic. What is this are? Straight democratic institution. We should focus more and foremost to here because we have lack of the informance mechanism. So we should focus them and people aware of this situation actually. And promoting human rights and education. Now, actually, the most important to here know your human rights. And I think in the schools, maybe yeah, we are learning writing, reading, math. We learn lots of things, but also I think we should know the human rights because in our daily life it is more beneficial for us. I think because when we know our rights, we can protect ourselves. And because of that reason, actually is so important. And international cooperation. In the station, also the countries should be in cooperation. And they should be some applying together, then should be do a lot of things with them. Okay, this is my reference. Actually, all of this information I took from an article, the first in the reference. And also, I researched another website. You can see them here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation will be useful for you in your daily life. And my presentation finished here, but please, please, please attention your rights and please, please, please don't forget your rights. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening.